Hello friends, I'm Steve Kibble. You're watching the Dominion Report. The Donald Trump administration has initiated a trade war with Canada by putting tariffs on numerous goods crossing the border southbound. This action is counter to the USMCA agreement, acronym USMCA, that Donald Trump himself signed during his first administration. Trump has claimed up to 10, I think, different reasons for his implementation of tariffs against Canada, and frankly, all of them are false. So we're going to pick one, and we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to do some subsequent videos to talk about the others. And I might even try and do a video to talk about what I think is the real reason behind the trade war, the tariffs. So go ahead and watch some subsequent videos after you finish with this one. So the earliest claims justifying the initiation of this trade war and of the tariffs was that Canada was allowing large amounts of fentanyl to leak southbound across the border into the United States. Now, before we get into actual numbers, I want you to think for a moment about the last time you crossed a land border, and especially if it was a Canada-US, the Canada-US land border. Do you remember customs officials or other officials stopping you before you cross the border to leave their country? Probably not, because that's not how it works. Countries' customs stop and interview people when they're entering into their country. So this claim that Canada is somehow allowing fentanyl into the United States makes zero logical sense. So, okay, put that aside. How much fentanyl actually enters the United States from Canada? Well, it's actually impossible to know because we only know what we catch or what customs catches. But using that, we can at least statistically compare the northern and southern borders of the United States. So between 2022 and 2024, U.S. Customs intercepted a total of 27 kilograms of fentanyl at their northern border. During the same time frame, at their southern border, they intercepted over 28,000 kilograms. I'll just let that sink in. So yes, the amount of fentanyl coming from Canada appears to be less than 0.1% of the amount coming from Mexico. And that's without mentioning the amount of fentanyl that is probably traveling northbound into Canada from the United States. And most experts agree it's probably more. That's also without mentioning that the real cause of drug abuse is not the supply of drugs, but that's a topic for another day. So I'm going to continue to explore this tariff trade war issue and talk about the claims that have been made as to why it's happening. But I'd really like to hear what you think. Why do you think it's happening? Let me know in the comments or send me an email. Love to hear from you. And in the meantime, stay calm, stay strong, and elbows up.